Hi, everyone. In this video, we'll be continuing again where we left off and looking at how to practically support specific research works or papers on the website. So let's head over to Powter and upload some research and maybe even support some research papers. Okay, so I'm on my home screen again, homepage. Let's say I want to add one of my research articles to the Powter platform. So I'll go on Add. I can click on Add Paper, and this will take me to a bunch of fields related to the research work that I want to upload to the platform. So I'm going to have a look at some research article that I've published so I can upload it. So let's go to my list of research articles. I'll take you there now. So this is my Inspire page. So this is a list of all the research works that I've done. Let's maybe put, yeah, this one. Okay, so I'll click on that. So this is my research work. Here's the name. So On the Road to Percent Accuracy for React Computing the Nonlinear Power Spectrum Beyond Lambda CDM. Okay. So we'll go here, we'll put in the title, we'll put in the long author list. So we have quite a few authors, as you can see, and typically in research, things are rarely done in isolation. You usually have quite a few authors. So I copy and paste those there. I can put in a short author list. So just to Bose et al. I need to put in the abstract. So I go again to this external site, which has my research work. I copy the abstract and put it there. I can also write a lay abstract targeted at people who are unfamiliar with this research. So for non-technical readers. In this case, I can say we publish a code which lets you predict how the matter distribution of the universe looks like in exotic theories of gravity. Okay, great. So maybe that's sufficient for someone who's not familiar with it, and they might think it's interesting based on that. Maybe I'll need to work a bit harder on my next one, but basically that's the point. That's part of the promotion. So some keywords. So keywords I can put in gravity, also cosmology. I'll need to put in a journal reference. So this paper was published, that's right. And I need to put in the digital object identifier. I think that's what it refers to. So I'll put it there. Oh, it goes there. And in here, I can put in the ePrint reference or the journal reference. So in this case, it has been uploaded to this public repository called arXiv. And there is an arXiv number associated with this paper. So on this site, people can go and actually read the paper. So if I click on PDF, you can actually take into the research article itself, and you can read it. But so I can put that here so people on the Powter can directly go to this external site and check it out if they want. Then there's this Powter ask. So this is the number of shares I want to generate for this article. So I'll say 100, and the coins per share. So I'll say 1 coin per share. Great. And then you come to this extra section, which we didn't really discuss in our worked example, which is my percent contribution to this research work. So like I said, we have multiple authors. They've all contributed in different amounts to the research work. So I need to go and speak to my co-authors and say, okay, I'm going to put this paper on Powter. What do you think is a fair percentage for my contribution? And they might say, okay, Ben, you did 30% of the work. That's great. I can put in 30%. And I can also add these co-authors to the paper on Powter. And we'll see how to do that in a moment. Okay, so far so good. I've added in everything. You should read these notes down here. So once submitted, the following entries can no longer be changed. So I can't change the paper title, the number of Powter shares, or the credit price per share. And I also agree to submitting this paper. When I submit this paper, 1% of the total share price, in this case corresponding to 10 credits, will be converted from my flex coin to non-flex coin. So if you remember from Dustin Henderson's example in my slides, he got 10 flex coins converted to non-flex coins. So this is basically just warning me about that. Okay, I proceed, and the paper's been submitted, and now it will appear on the list of papers on the platform. So you can access the list of papers by going on the Explore drop-down menu in my navigation tab and just click on Explore Papers. So I can find it here, it's at the top, and this is my paper, and now it's available on the platform for people to read and maybe even Fouter themselves. So we can edit information regarding this paper. We just need to click on the paper ID over here, and then click on the pencil mark over here, and we'll be taken back to these editable items of the paper. In particular, I can now add co-authors. So I know Lucas Lombreiser is on the platform, so he is a co-author on this paper, so I can add his contribution, and then he will be rewarded every time someone Fouters this paper. So I'll say he's also contributed 30%. His author ID, I'll need to find that. So let's go on Explore Profiles, and I'll have to look for Lucas, who has a profile on Fouter. So here he is. And I look for his ID number, it's number 1. Okay, then I'd have to go back on my paper, click up here, click on the Edit button, click on Co-Authors, back to 30% like we said, add his ID. You see he appears here automatically, and I save. So now Lucas is a co-author. You can see he's appeared down here on the number of co-authors there. I save, and now he should appear on the list of authors at the bottom. So in this authors tab. No one's Foutered my paper, so I don't have a list of Fouters, but if we go to another paper, we can see that it will have the Fouters there. So let's maybe click a paper. Wow, this one has a lot of authors. We can see it already has some Fouters. That's great. So you can see they're down here. They bought 10 and 5 shares respectively. We also have the percentage of the total amount of shares that they own. And let's say I read this and I think it's an interesting paper, so I can Fouter it now. I can just click on this Fouter paper, click on the number of shares that I want to buy. So let's say I want to buy 50. And it will tell me the cost. So that's going to be that's pretty expensive. So maybe I'll just buy 2. Right. So that will cost me 11.5 credits. I click on Fouter. Well, maybe here before we go ahead, just to remind you, we have these fees down here. 5% are going to the Fouters, 5% are going to the authors, and 5% are going to the platform itself. Okay, I click on Fouter. Okay, and my credits have gone down. One thing you may have noticed is that I had some non-flex, which was converted when I authored this paper, when I uploaded it. And Fouter automatically takes from your non-flex first when you decide to Fouter a paper or a grant. So it will always go to your non-flex first, because obviously that's the one you want to use. You don't want to use the flex coins, which you can withdraw in the end. Okay, I think that basically is everything for Foutering papers and uploading them to the platform. Over here, you can see that the platform already has a bunch of papers that I can go and explore and Fouter. I can support more research. So there's lots of things you can do. In the next video, we'll be looking at some final functionality of the platform, and we'll probably have just maybe 2 more videos, which will summarize everything you can do on this platform. So hopefully everything was clear. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.